What is up, my dudes? Donald John here, back at it again with my first place undefeated Kashtira deck profile. I took this deck to two different locals, and I got first place undefeated twice. And honestly, I'm very excited to showcase you guys the deck profile because, in my opinion, this deck is still really good. I just like the Kashtira arc in general. I fell in love with it. So I love the artwork. I love the card effects. I still love dinos, all right? Don't get me wrong. Still love dinos. And there's a tournament tomorrow. So, wish me luck tomorrow. I'm going to take dinos. So if you're seeing this and I'm going to take dinos. I'm taking dinos to my locals tomorrow, and I'm very cross my fingers. It's, again, I definitely want to showcase dinos, but again, it's not a dino video. I will be showcasing you guys my dino deck profile because I did update it. But right now it's Kashtira. Honestly, I got first place undefeated 2 times at different locals. I played against Snake Eyes, V World. I know Virtual World is still a thing, which is crazy. And then the one you saw was PK. Oh, so I actually want to explain something real quick. So before the video you saw was before the ban list. And then I got first place undefeated there, which shout out to Moreno Valley because I live right near Moreno Valley Mall. It's the Haku Pop. So go ahead and check them out. I'll also be I'll be leaving their Instagram in the description below. And yeah, so been there and and just kind of been. I kind of like to go just to different locals to kind of just to not only just learn more about the Yu-Gi-Oh community and talk to people, but also just to see where the levels of competition's at. And surprisingly, it's there. I think in California, I think for the most part it's pretty everywhere. So it's very competitive over here. But yeah, again, I played against Snake Eyes players. I played against the Voiceless Voice, and I played against. I was a Pendulum player too, which is, not saying anything, but yeah. Again, this deck is still really good. I know shifter.decks. Everyone's typing up right now, which I totally understand because technically if you have shifter, you're in a good advantage. But if that's the case, in my opinion, I think this deck is the best shifter deck. You can argue Flunderies, but in my opinion, I still feel like Kashtira is the best shifter deck. This deck can do a lot, So in my opinion, I love it. It actually worked really good, and I'm excited to showcase you guys' deck profile. So, but yeah. So let me stop talking because I took so much time. But yeah. So again, I'm sorry guys because I also recently just moved, and which I apologize. It took me time to record and sit down and record some more deck profiles, but I do apologize. I just recently moved. Took a while to actually take all my stuff down, put everything away, and yeah. But yeah, moving on to better and greater things. So anyways, sorry. Triple Kashtira Fenrir. Again, really good card. I don't think I need to explain it much. This card's kind of everywhere right now. Well, sort of. Triple Unicorn. So triple Unicorn, again, pretty self-explanatory. If you're playing Kashtira deck, you gotta play 3 Unicorns. Who doesn't want to maximize on their consistency? Triple Rice Heart. This is kind of the combo you go to now, especially because I'm running a bigger link package than your traditional Kashtira cards. So because I'm running Heat Soul, and then 1 Ogre. I still think Ogre is a really good card, and then Scareclaw. So yeah, I think that's kind of like the standard Kashtira package. And then, since this card did come off the ban list, it's actually been working. 1 Protos. So this card actually put in a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie. I shut down a lot of fire decks because there's different fire decks like Salamagrades. I shut down a lot of fire decks with this card, and it's actually I don't think this card is healthy at all. I think it's kind of dumb. But I do understand why they bring it back. It's not too much of a big deal, but it's like if your opponent doesn't have anything for it, it kind of just shuts their whole turn down, and I don't think it's a fair card. So, but this card puts in a lot of work. my Kashtira monsters. Not only that we run hand traps, running the Kashtira lineup, and they're all different attributes. So it's so easy to summon this card, and I know it's not searchable, but if you have it, it's so easy to summon, like super easy to summon. It's ridiculous. The amount of times I just summoned it out of my hand just like that was crazy. It's very, very crazy. But yeah, one Pardos is actually insane. It's funny. Card was really, really funny. Triple D shifter, you know, shifter dot deck. What can I say? Card's still pretty ridiculous. Triple draw on Lockbird. Got to run the draws. It's still a good card. Triple Ash. Ash is still really, really good. And then double Nib. Nibiru, really good. Again, like I think the 2 and 2 for me was, I think I just didn't want to see like two of them in my hand, which is why I run the 2 and 2 ratio. And I know for like the argument, you can say like for the other cards like Shifter, Drolls, I also even run the Imperms. Like they're all at 3 and these are only at 2. Only because like I do rather see cards like Shifter like a lot more, right? And cards like Imperm because it's not once per turn. And I know for Droll, there's a lot of decks that Droll can hit. So, and if anything, I can just like Droll out if I don't really need it, which has happened a lot actually. So, again, like I rather just only see like one of these because I hate seeing 2 because 2 doesn't really help because they're like once per turn. So, but yeah, that's for that. Triple Imperm. Imperm's such a great card. Card put in a lot of work. So yeah, and I know Tempai's it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work against them that well, but it still puts in work. You got to know what to hit in that deck. So it's still a good card. Triple Pressure Planet. This card's stupid. And then the 1 Terraforming, my bad. I know everything so far looks pretty self-explanatory, so I apologize if I'm not explaining it well. But again, like these cards are ridiculous, and sometimes even what helps me, especially with the field spell, is that it gains attack and defense, and it's just crazy how many games that I actually won because of that, because of that extra 100, which is actually really funny. Triple Birth, you gotta run Birth. This card's ridiculous. It's so busted. Your opponent like nukes your board. You can easily recover with having one of these in hand, or even if they just leave one of them on field, then I mean they're kind of screwed from there. But yeah, all right. Don't judge me for this, guys, okay? Because I've seen a lot of deck profiles with Kashtira deck profiles. Don't judge me for this. So I only want to run one Theosis because the argument is, honestly, I don't really want to see it. I rather search it. I feel like this card is more of a game ender, and honestly, I've used it more of a game ender than anything. You could run 2, so you can run 2. It's totally up to you, but I'd rather see other cards in my hand than this card, to be honest with you, and only because I feel like this card's mostly going second. You could go first, but again, we're running a higher link package, and this prevents you from linking off, because it only it locks you into Xing, and so you don't really want to see multiples of it. So I rather search it, and honestly, like, I mean, I haven't had any issues. I might put the second one, but if anything, it's gonna be at 2. So it's either 1 or 2 for me. So far 1 has actually been working really, really well. 1 Rhoda. Yes, I run the Rhoda. Because you guys have no idea how much this card came in clutch. This card did come in clutch a lot, but you guys have no idea how much Rice Heart's important, especially for this variation of Kashtira. It's very, very important. So you do want to see Rice Heart a lot. Even just these two is still combo. So like, yeah, it's just the fact that, yeah, I think just seeing Rice Heart, you just need to see Rice Heart. So yeah, you could take it out for the second one. It's totally up to you guys. One cross out Designator, and then the one called by. Again, since we run hand traps, why not? That's what I like about this deck. You can literally maximize on so much non-engine that it's crazy. It's still consistent. 1 Triple Tactics Talent. This card actually comes in clutch a lot. I might think of bumping it to 2, but honestly, I've been seeing this card a lot, so I don't know. Might keep it, but this card's really, really busted. I love to see my opponent's hand and rip their hand traps. It's very funny. Then the one pre-prep. Again, this card's really good. Sometimes it's funny because my opponent sometimes reads it and they're like, "What? It rips a card out of my hand if I use a trap." I'm like, "Yep, yep." That's it's a good card. It's a good card. What can I say? Okay, so for the extra deck, since you guys already saw it, I run one Chain Yi. So again, like since I didn't have the Baron, I had the Baron before it was Baron, and I did sided this. Now I don't side it. I actually main it and just take out the Baron and then I have the extra space to side. I actually changed up my side deck because we're in a new format, sort of. So one Chaining, really really good card. I still think it's somewhat broken because it can still. For me, if I don't know if you guys noticed, but for my deck profiles, I at least like to have something to get over those monsters that you can't really get over, especially like those monsters that are unaffected, by the way. And the fact that this card can climb, because your deck does banish, and this card could climb. It can potentially be 35. It could potentially be 4K or even higher than 4K. So this card's busted, and the fact that it can banish cards too, that's an extra plus to me. So yeah. So the one Chain E is definitely needed, and plus I run the Ash, so why not, right? Okay. The one Red Eyes, Flare Metal Dragon. This card won me games, so shout out to Flare Metal Dragon. One Dark Arm. I don't really summon it that much, but when I do, it comes in clutch. It's just, I feel like I still need to learn the appropriate time summoning this card, because there's a lot of games where I just don't, but at times when I do, it's pretty busted, but I feel like I should be summoning it more. I don't know why. I feel like I should be summoning this card a lot more than I should. But yeah, right now, like I'm whatever with it. I got one Draco Sack. So Draco Sack, you just have to run Draco Sack. So it's a really good card. You really need it for the combo. So if you don't run it, then I don't know what you're doing. But yeah, and then one Big Eye, one Shinra, and then the one Babuska, because you can make it off Rice Heart. Okay, and that's it for the XZs. So the links, we got one access code for OTK, one Appaloosa for the negates, one Deco Talker, because you have to. It's a Deco Talker deck basically too. SP Little Knight. If you guys can't afford it, that's totally fine. You don't have to run it. But this card has saved me games a lot. And I feel like if you have the money, it's worth it, because this card really does help. And honestly, like, I understand its price, even though I don't agree with it. But this card is really really good, and it actually helped me save. It actually helped me win a lot of games. So shout out to SP. But if you don't have it, I understand. You can still win with this deck. I think you just need something else that's also very, I guess, not only reliable but very good. Very, very, really, very good and consistent. I don't know what you can replace for SP, but yeah. But if you can't afford it, just replace it for something. The one IP, because you need IP. Obviously the G Golem, and then the two Link Spiders. So you have to. And yeah, the IP is broken too. And then other than that, I got the tokens right here. Jack Atlas. Shout out to Jack Atlas. Love Red Dragon Archfiend, by the way. Alright, and then for my side, we got, let's see, I'll do the monsters first. We got one Nib, so I can run the extra Nibiru. And then the two Ghost Ogre, because no one likes Tenpai out here, trying to kill Tenpai. No one likes the field spell. The field spell is pretty broken, I'm not going to lie. Double Lightning Storm, one Harpies, board clears, really good. Especially in this format, it's actually really, really good. Double Dark Ruler, and then the one Herald of the Abyss. Honestly, I've been to a local that ran a lot of Pearlies, and I know that there's a group of players that run Pearly. So this card actually came in clutch, and this card, honestly, haven't really cited it as much, but I was just more of I guess fearful of boards that either have effects with interruptions and I couldn't really get over it, or like an Appaloosa, or like another form of negation. And I think this really does help a lot because I don't need OTKU. It's fine. I can just set up and kind of go from there and overwhelm you. So that's the reason for Dark Ruler no more. But I still think it's a really good card. So don't count it out. Triple D barrier. Because it's that format again. I remember when I used to run this card a lot in all my side decks and never took it out until Snake Eyes. I believe it was Snake Eyes, yeah, or it was after Cash format. I think it was just after Cash format. I took this card out. And this is when obviously we had the whole XZs, Rise Heart, all that fancy stuff for the Cash. So it was right after that format, I took these out because it became this card it wasn't really that good because it was mostly link heavy. But since Tenpai Dragons are out, and I think honestly Despia is still a pretty good deck. To be honest with you, this card actually comes in clutch a lot. So yeah, I just run it. It's there if I do play against those decks. But if not, that's cool. One Anti-Spell Fragrance. It's still a really good card. If I have it, I have it. Double Evenly Match. The Evenly Match is really, really good. Just the fact that you can banish cards face down, it's pretty good. I'm thinking of bumping it up to 3, so I might actually do that. So we'll see. But yeah, Evenly Match comes in clutch a lot. I'm always siding that card in. Actually, I'm always siding Evenly Match in. So, but yeah. I mean, that's it for the deck profile, guys. So again, I really do appreciate you guys so much. You guys, are awesome. You guys are always watching the videos, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, I will definitely pour out more Dino content out there. And only because honestly, like, I wish they would have got Mist back to 2. I really did wish Mist was back to 2. That's the least they can do, right? You don't have to put it at 3, but to 2. But it's okay. I'm whatever with the ban list. They didn't really, in my opinion, they hit. I think the ban list was okay, but it could have been better, But anyways, that's. But yeah, that's it for the deck profile, guys. Thank you so much for your support, and if again, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, this is your boy Donald John here, signing out. Peace.